Greetings and salutations. This is Jason Silverain, and it is my pleasure to bring you Slay the Princess. Yes, it's finally released. I have been waiting for this for a while. I am quite excited. And the demo was fantastic. I am hoping that the game by Black Tabby Games is going to be a bit more than just the demo, because I've had games in the past where I've really enjoyed the demo, but it was just kind of the demo with a tiny bit more content. I have seen the reviews though. This is supposedly fantastic, so I am genuinely looking forward to this. There is a particular ending I really want to explore. It's the one in the demo that really got my attention. There's 97 achievements, so we might be in for the long haul, and if you do want this, it's £14.99. So we have controls? Oh no, it's just got accessibility menu? Sorry, you never see controls in this kind of game. Alright, assistive cell voicing's nice. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now already it's kind of sus, because why is she in a cabin? Okay, so lots of, oh wow, lots of things to say here. Okay. Have you considered that perhaps the reason that she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
I appreciate the mental exercise. We are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Me, here, unarmed. Okay.
I'm talking about the end of everything
So
as
the
we
end
know
of the
it.
world.
No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
That's
You
not so
have
bad.
to put an end to her.
Don't tell me why she's dangerous. I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
Ah, so that's new, I believe. Okay, what happens if she gets out then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
This, so it's a rebellion, perhaps?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
This far? I have no memory of doing anything before this. Okay.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying
Potentially.
a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, that's true. But, alright. Reward is existing. Have you considered I may be okay with the world ending? Look, I'll go to the camera and talk to her. If she's bad as you say, then she says, maybe I'll slay her. I'm not committing to this until I have a chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Only one lying here is you, mate.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I love whoever
You
they
make
got to
your
do
way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yes. I love whoever they got to do the narrate, who's got the perfect
We're not
voice
going
for
to
it.
go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Oops.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, sorry about that. I double-clicked there. I was just thinking when the voice of the hero was going to pop up, we hadn't heard him yet. We're going to go through this, right? This is the princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Whoops. Proceed into the cabin. Now, I do hope they haven't got secret things in the corners to click in this particular one. They didn't in the demo.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Now, this is already sus, because if you're going to imprison someone, why would you do it in a cabin conspicuously on a hill in a forest? 2, everything's covered in dust but the blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade for now.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
And look, my cursor's changed to a clawed hand, to a clawed hand with a knife. And the music has stopped.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
That is not the start I was expecting.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just continue down the stairs for now.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You know what? I do wish that some of these conversation pieces were a bit more, well, mature. They kind of like, your character comes off as a bit of a doofus. So I haven't decided yet is probably what I'm going to go for here, or just here to talk. But I'm just here to talk to start with now.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Alright.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
She could be.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
In fact, there's a lot of give on that chain.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
The way she says
Against
that.
your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
And again, I absolutely love this art style. It is lovely. I've said all this in the demo before. But
So here we
it's
are.
very effective.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I wonder if I can actually say, because I've had all the extra conversation pieces, that her leaving, she's not dangerous, her leaving the cabin is dangerous. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Now, I would actually like to talk to you a little bit more first.
Fine. What do you want to know?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
It's not really
Note
a
the
name.
lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
That look.
Her sharp
Definitely
eyes
scary.
settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
I don't really want to say this one because it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, there's also a lot that we... Maybe because I've revealed why we're here too early, we didn't get the chance to actually ask a bit more about her past.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
That's fair enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
Honestly, I don't trust anyone here.
You know why you're here.
Now, this would be kind of the reasonable answer. However, we know from the demo she flips the hell out. Because you say, I'm just going to keep for a little bit, get to know each other, and then figure out what we're going to do. But I'm going to go with the examine the chains.
You have to be kidding me.
Hey, if you wanted me to kill her, you should have sent me here with some people.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
They don't even look like they've got keyholes. They look like they're actually properly sealed, like hammered sealed.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
It's so nonchalant.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
Yeah, agree with the narrator on that
If
one.
we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Now, also, before, this door had no lock on it.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Said like, I mean, again, it's the narrator controlling the environment. It's not like there's someone up there waiting for us. If we'd killed her, they could have just locked us down here and left us to die anyway. If
Easier
it wasn't
for
him.
whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes, but we've got a relatively sharp dagger. We can always hack out the wooden frame.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Now, this is pretty gross, so if you're a bit squeamish, I recommend looking away for a minute or two. Okay, save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Focus on her eyes, don't look at the cut.
You cut into her flesh.
Oh, did you really need the squishy sound effect?
The blade is sharp.
Ah!
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Come on, princess. Tear your skirt, wrap something around that before you bleed out.
How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Hand.
It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Well, hand and wrist.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Oh look, we have a bloody dagger in our hand now.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Now look at this. We have scaled arms and feathers.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Okay,
Stop that.
got you.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Ah, I hate that being so
Stop
obvious.
it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
And there we go. The end. Well, not really. There we go. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And now this is why this game has caught the imagination of so many people. I'm going to continue for now, and I will see you in the next episode.